Harper stood at the floor-to-ceiling window, tablet in hand, reviewing quarterly projections that would make most people's heads spin. Numbers were simple, predictable, unlike people. Her phone buzzed. A security alert. Unauthorized individual near East entrance. Duration: 4 minutes. Harper's jaw tightened. Probably another overeager journalist trying to sneak in for an exclusive about the youngest female tech CEO in New York. She swiped the notification away and returned to her financials. The soft click of her office door made her freeze. She hadn't heard footsteps. Hadn't heard the elevator chime. Nothing. Ms. Chun. The voice was smooth, confident, tinged with something that sounded almost like amusement. Harper spun around, her hand instinctively reaching for the panic button beneath her desk. A woman stood just inside her office, athletic build, sharp green eyes that seemed to catalog everything in seconds, dark tactical pants, and a fitted black jacket that somehow made the luxury office look overdressed. "How did you get in here?" Harper's voice was ice. The woman raised her hands in a gesture of peace, a slight smile playing at her lips. "Through the door. I'm Sierra Morales, your new head of personal security. I didn't hire. Your board did. After the third credible threat this month." Sierra's expression sobered slightly. "You've been ignoring them. They're worried." Harper's fingers curled around the edge of her desk. She hated this. Hated being managed, protected, treated like she couldn't handle her own life. "I don't need a babysitter." "Good thing I'm not one." Sierra moved further into the office with the fluid grace of someone who'd spent years training their body into a weapon. She glanced at the security feed on Harper's computer. "That suspicious visitor downstairs? He's been circling the building for 20 minutes. Same guy who was at your parking garage yesterday morning. Want to keep ignoring it." Harper's stomach tightened, but she kept her expression neutral. "You've been watching me? Doing my job." Sierra's eyes met hers directly, no apology in them. "Which starts now, whether you like it or not." The audacity should have infuriated her. Instead, Harper found herself intrigued. Most people cowered under her gaze. Sierra stood there like she owned the space, like Harper's authority was something interesting rather than intimidating.
"Fine.
But stay out of my way." Sierra's smile widened just a fraction. "I'll do my best, boss." Sierra was everywhere. At the coffee shop where Harper grabbed her morning espresso. In the hallway outside board meetings. When Sierra stepped in, as if she could predict Harper's movements before Harper made them. Worst of all, she was distractingly confident. "Your 9 o'clock canceled," Sierra said, falling into step beside Harper as she headed toward her office. "Claimed a family emergency, but his assistant booked him a golf tee time for the same slot. Also, the contracts team flagged 3 discrepancies in the merger documents. I had them sent to your secure folder." Harper stopped walking. "How do you know about the merger?" "That's confidential." Sierra's expression didn't change. "I have level 5 clearance. Can't protect you from threats if I don't know what those threats might target." "That's not," Harper started, but Sierra was already opening the office door, scanning the room before allowing Harper to enter. It was infuriating. It was thorough. It was making Harper feel something she hadn't felt in years. Safe. She buried that feeling immediately. "Coffee?" Sierra asked, gesturing to the still warm cup on Harper's desk, prepared exactly how she liked it, which Sierra couldn't possibly have known unless she'd been paying very close attention. Harper's eyes narrowed. "Are you trying to butter me up? Is it working?" Sierra leaned against the doorframe, and for the first time, Harper noticed the way her tactical jacket emphasized her shoulders. "No," Harper lied. Sierra's knowing smile said she saw right through it. The gala was a nightmare Harper couldn't avoid. Investors, press, the mayor himself. She wore her armor. A midnight blue dress that cost more than most people's monthly rent, her hair in its trademark sleek bun, diamond earrings that caught the light like tiny stars. Sierra wore a tailored black suit that made Harper's breath catch. "You clean up nice," Harper said before she could stop herself. Sierra's eyes warmed. "You say that like I'm usually dirty." "I meant, I know what you meant. Sierra stepped closer, adjusting the small communication device in her ear. Stay within my sightline tonight. There's been chatter. Chatter. Harper's professional mask slipped back into place. Someone's very interested in your new AI patent. Interested enough to pay for information about your schedule. Sierra's hand brushed Harper's lower back, guiding her away from a cluster of photographers. The touch sent electricity up Harper's spine. I've got extra security on the exits, but I need you to trust me tonight. Trust. The word hung between them like a challenge. Harper had spent years building walls, turning herself into something untouchable. And here was Sierra, asking her to let those walls crack, even just a little. Okay, Harper whispered. Sierra's expression softened into something almost tender. Okay. The evening passed in a blur of handshakes and empty conversations. But Harper was acutely aware of Sierra, always 3 steps behind, eyes constantly scanning the crowd, a protective presence that made Harper feel both vulnerable and cherished. It was during a particularly boring speech about market innovation that it happened. A waiter moved wrong. Too fast, too purposefully, he was a disguised assassin sent to poison Harper. Sierra was between him and Harper before Harper could even register the threat. The champagne flute shattered on the marble floor. Security descended like hawks. In the chaos, Sierra's hand found Harper's, their fingers intertwining. You okay? Sierra's voice was urgent, her thumb stroking Harper's palm. Harper's heart hammered. You just did my job. But Sierra's hand tightened around hers, and her eyes held something that went far beyond professional duty. They stood there, hands clasped, while security dragged the would-be attacker away. The room buzzed with shocked whispers, but Harper could only focus on the warmth of Sierra's touch, the way her entire world had just narrowed to this moment. Thank you, Harper breathed. Sierra smiled, a real smile, not the cocky half-smirk she usually wore. Always. Hello, sweet GL family. Please subscribe to our channel for more beautiful stories. Thank you all for your supports. Harper couldn't sleep. At 2 a.m., she found herself back in her office, staring at the city lights and replaying the gala in her mind. The way Sierra had moved. The way she'd held her hand. Harper jumped. Sierra stood in the doorway, wearing sweats and a tank top that showed off muscled arms Harper definitely wasn't staring at. Do you ever knock? Harper asked, but there was no heat in it. Sorry, ma'am. I saw your office light on from my apartment across the street. Sierra walked in. Want to talk about it? About what? About why you've been standing at that window for 45 minutes. Sierra stopped beside her, close enough that Harper could smell her shampoo, something clean and woodsy. About why you looked at me tonight like I was more than just your bodyguard. Harper's breath hitched. I don't, Harper. The use of her first name stopped her cold. Sierra turned to face her fully, those green eyes intense in the dim office lighting. I'm trying really hard to be professional here, but you're making it damn difficult. I'm making it difficult? Harper's voice rose. You're the one who shows up everywhere, who knows how I take my coffee, who looks at me like... Like what? Like you see me. Not the CEO, not the ice queen the press writes about. Me. The confession hung in the air between them. Sierra's expression shifted, something raw and honest breaking through her usual confidence. I've seen you from the beginning, Sierra said softly. The real you. The one who works until 3 a.m. because you're afraid of failing the people who depend on you. The one who donated anonymously to your assistant's kid's medical fund. The one who pretends she doesn't need anyone because letting people in feels like losing control. Harper's eyes burned. How do you? Because I pay attention. Because I can't help paying attention to you. Sierra reached up slowly, giving Harper time to pull away. When Harper didn't, Sierra's fingers ghosted along her jaw. I know this is complicated. I know I work for you. But Harper, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you since the moment I walked into this office. Harper's carefully constructed walls crumbled. I shouldn't want this. But do you? Sierra's thumb traced Harper's lower lip, and Harper shivered. Yes. The word escaped as barely a whisper. God, yes. Sierra closed the distance between them, and Harper met her halfway. The kiss was everything Harper hadn't let herself imagine, soft and demanding all at once, Sierra's hands sliding into Harper's hair while Harper gripped Sierra's hips like an anchor. Years of control and denial melted away, replaced by pure need. Sierra's mouth traveled down her neck. Harper gasped, her fingers tangling in Sierra's hair. "Tell me to stop," Sierra murmured against Harper's collarbone. "Don't you dare," Harper commanded, and felt Sierra smile against her skin. "I've wanted this for so long." 3 weeks, Harper managed, her breath coming in short gasps as Sierra's lips explored newly exposed skin. Sierra's mouth found Harper's again, swallowing her gasp as skilled fingers traced patterns that made Harper's knees weak. "Beautiful," Sierra whispered, her lips trailing down Harper's chest, making Harper arch into her touch. "So damn beautiful." When Sierra's mouth closed around her breast, Harper cried out. The sensations were overwhelming. Sierra's tongue, her teeth grazing sensitive skin, her hand sliding lower with deliberate intent. "Please," Harper begged, past caring about control or pride. Sierra looked up at her, eyes dark with desire. "Please what? Touch me." Sierra's smile was wicked and tender all at once. Her fingers slid between Harper's thighs, finding wetness that made them both groan. She moved with confidence and attention, learning Harper's body like she learned everything, thoroughly, perfectly. Harper's world narrowed to Sierra's touch. When Sierra's mouth returned to her breast, sucking hard while her fingers curled inside her, Harper shattered, crying out Sierra's name into the darkened office. "I've got you." And for the first time in years, Harper believed it. Harper woke on her office couch, wrapped in Sierra's arms. "Hey," Sierra murmured. "No regrets." Harper turned to face her, taking in the soft expression that Sierra wore like a secret gift. "Only that we didn't do this sooner." Sierra laughed, the sound warm and genuine. "Your board might disagree." "Screw the board." Harper kissed her, slower this time, savoring it. "Though we should probably talk about this." "This? You mean the part where I'm completely in love with my boss?" Harper's heart stopped. "You. Love you."
Yeah.
Sierra's usual confidence wavered just slightly, vulnerability showing through. "I know it's fast, and I know it's complicated, but I'm tired of pretending I don't feel it. Last night wasn't just physical for me, Harper. You're everything I didn't know I was looking for." Harper felt tears sting her eyes, something that never happened, something she'd trained herself out of years ago. But Sierra made her feel things she'd thought she'd buried forever. "I don't know how to do this," Harper admitted. "I don't know how to be vulnerable, how to let someone in." Sierra cupped her face gently. "Then let me teach you. One day at a time. No pressure, no expectations. Just us, figuring it out together." "I'm difficult. I've noticed." Sierra grinned. "I love difficulties. I work too much. I literally get paid to be wherever you are. I'm not good at feelings. Lucky for you, I have enough feelings for both of us." Sierra's expression turned serious. "Harper, I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to try. To let me stand beside you, not just behind you. To trust that I'm not going anywhere." Harper closed her eyes, feeling something in her chest crack open, something she'd kept locked away for so long she'd forgotten it existed. "Okay, I love you so much," she whispered. Sierra's kiss was her answer, soft and promising, full of tomorrows.